Our next speaker is Professor Charles Jeane, member of the class of 2008. Charles got his BA from Samford University and his JD cum laude at UDC, as I mentioned, 2008. He also then subsequently got an LLM from Georgetown. Prior to becoming the visiting professor and director of our low-income taxpayer clinic, he clerked at the United States Tax Court for the Honorable Judge John F. Deane and the Honorable Peter Panuthos from 2010 to 2012. He will be speaking about the work that the School of Law's Low-Income Taxpayer Clinic has been doing and sharing a few of its success stories.
Good evening. I will be brief, even though I know you would probably all love to sit here all night and hear me talk about taxes, because it's everyone's favorite subject.
It's that time of year.
And it is, so please file your tax return on Monday. Or come see us at the clinic if you don't. So the tax clinic has been at UDC since 2006, 2007, and we have currently 54 or 55 open cases, and we've been in the process. The director before me worked more in a collection vein, and we're going back towards a little more litigation at the tax court. So we had 4 cases in the tax court last semester, all of which we settled without a trial, one on the eve of trial, and I'm not quite sure if the student was happy to not have to go to trial or upset that she didn't get to go to trial. But we also have some collection cases, but are steering back towards litigation. And it's always interesting to talk with people who aren't associated, one, with public interest work at all, but to the tax world, to find out that low-income people do have tax problems. It's not an area just for the wealthy to have to worry about. And so one of the big things that I teach the students at the beginning of each semester is you have to put everything into perspective, because everything's relative. So to have someone come in who has a tax debt of $500 and think, it's $500, just pay it. $500 is a lot of money to a lot of people. And there's not an extra $500 to just pay it. And so it's a good experience for the students to see that this is an area that that people do need help in, even more so because there's not a lot of pro bono work that's done in this area for low-income litigation or collection work. And so you've got a lot of people that don't know that there's tax help out there for them. So it's a really, really good experience for the students, and I'll tell you a few of our success stories. We have a couple that was claiming the earned income tax credit, and it was disallowed, and they were claiming the credit for their adult disabled son who's lived with them since birth, and the IRS was disallowing that claim, and so their case was in the tax court and in the pipeline for trial, and their student attorney worked very diligently to get the required paperwork and was able to settle the case, and the IRS conceded that they were allowed the credit. And so that's a huge weight off of that taxpayer's shoulder, because if you know anything about the earned income tax credit, it can be up to a third of a family's income for the year, if not more. And this family was very, very happy. They even wrote the student attorney note and told her that she had changed their lives. So we also had a couple of good OIC outcomes, what we call an offer in compromise. We had one client who was very ill, destitute. His apartment had burned down. He lost everything, and we were able to. He had received a distribution from a residuary trust from a great uncle that I don't really even know if he knew he had until he got a check in the mail one day. And we were able to settle his liability for $10, which was a huge relief to him concerning he really didn't even have a place to live. And then I'll tell you one more, and we had a elderly woman who has been a DC resident for a long time, and she was having a big problem with her tax returns in that they weren't being processed correctly, and they weren't allowing her anything that she was claiming. And just to keep it brief, we were able to rectify all of that and get her a refund of about $6,000. So she, of course, is probably our happiest client. So that's just a little bit about what the LITC is doing, and I appreciate you coming out tonight. Thank you.
Okay.